Let's talk about phrasing. Phrasing is basically, when do you play what note? What note do you start on? What beat do you start on? How many notes do you play? Etc. So I'm going to show you a typical blues phrasing using triplets and our pentatonic scales using a pull-off. So what I can do then is take each beat and divide it into 3 equal parts. Not 3 equal parts, but 3 parts. That is, each beat would go 1, 2, 3, 4. Dot, 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 dot. So they're not exactly equally divided, but they're kind of loping. Dot, dot, dot. So to produce that phrase, I'm going to start with the highest note on any string of either the C minor pentatonic scale or the C major pentatonic scale. I'm going to pull off to the next note of the scale and then finally end for my third note of the triplet on the highest note of the next string. So if I played it and counted it off, it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then continuing down to string 2, I'd pull off from the highest note of string 2 to the other note of string 2, and then end on the highest note of string 3. And I'm in the C minor pentatonic scale. So then, starting on the highest note of string 3, pull off to the lowest note of string 3, and then play string 4. Then I start on that note and pull off and end on the highest note of string 5. Then I start on that note, pull off, and end on the highest note of string 6. Now, you can do another one, but in order to play it in the most effective way, you've got to move down here to the 6th position, and I'm going to pull off from 5, 8 to 5, 6. Finally, and end on 6, 8. So now, that went by really quickly. Let me play it for you really slowly. And play along if you like. Otherwise, just listen to it a couple times. You'll get the feel for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that. Again, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you can do the same thing with the major pentatonic scale. Both in the key of C. Let me demonstrate that concept by playing against the backing tracks. What I'm going to have to do is play those triplet figures a little bit faster so it fits the tempo of the music. But I think you'll hear that's the same thing we just learned. Here we go then. So in this section, let's talk about slides. Now, you can hammer on to or pull off from any note on the pentatonic scale to the next note, typically from the higher note of the pentatonic scale to the lower note of the pentatonic scale. You can also slide from any note of the pentatonic scale to the next note. So suppose we take the C minor pentatonic scale that we've been working on, and we take the note on the high string, the lowest note. Now, the next note up is at the 11th fret, so I can slide up to that and back down again. And phrase like that with my first finger, or actually any finger. Or the second string. From the lowest note to the higher note. Slide up or slide down. From the third string, up or down. I'm just going between the notes of the C minor pentatonic scale. Fourth string, fifth string. So let me give you an example of that now by playing some sliding ideas against our backing track.